How's it going, everybody? Sean Deckmar here, and I want to start off doing these brand new walkthrough vlogs. I want to go over my winning trades, my losing trades, and really put you inside my mind as a trader to be able to explain step by step everything that I'm doing so you guys can take the good out of it and take the bad out of it. Now, the first trade I really want to start off with is going to be a losing trade. Now, the reason why I want to do a losing trade is I personally find that you get more value from your losers. You're going to get a better lesson from your losers. And also, you can be proud of your losers. I know that sounds so silly sometimes, but you can be able to figure out the good things so that you didn't blow up an account, the good things as you cut your losses quickly, the good things as you're willing to let a trade go, as so many people do not let that happen. So I want to break down this trade. You can see what's going on right now at this time. It's ELAB. ELAB. The stock came out with a press release at 8 o'clock in the morning. You can actually see on the Fox Runner news scanner, it's 8 o'clock and 22 seconds, right above the highlighted press release that says they announced share repurchasing from existing shareholders. Now, this took on off. ELAB exploded all the way from $6 and ripped up towards $9. Now, I want to tell you what's going through my mind at this moment. Now, as a trader, I know if a stock has already gone on a 50% rip or we're seeing this $2.50 spike already, I know I can't chase. I know the worst thing that I can do right now is buy in at the very top because this is not my first year trading. This isn't my first rodeo. I know if I buy in at the very tippity top, probably what's going to happen is I'm going to be in at the top. The stock's going to drop on down. I'm going to be sitting here with my thumb up my butt saying, hey, why the heck did I jump in and just have FOMO, my emotions take on over? So what I'm really looking for at this point is I'm looking for where can be my next profit opportunity. For anyone who does not know about stock trading, you really have three different chances to be able to profit on every single play. Number one, you can get in first. This means we're getting in right when the press release comes on out. The reason why I use the news scanner is so I can see the press releases the second they come out to the public, and that means I can get in before everyone else. The majority of people sleep in, the majority of people wait until the market opens on up, then they jump into plays. I like to be up, awake, and ready to go so the moment a hot press release comes on out, I'm able to make money. The second area that you can make money is going to be on the drop. When the stock is falling and fading after a $2.50 spike, the odds are there's going to be strong profit taking. And you can see, look at this massive sell-off that's happening right now. Look at that drop. So if you are a shorter, whenever you see these explosive moves on up, we also have these massive drops on down. And the third opportunity is going to be for the dip buy. So this is where I started entering. I jumped in on this play. We got about $4,980 invested over on this stock. I'm taking a look over on ELAB. And what I'm really thinking at this moment is this stock just went on a great 45 to 50% spike. We just had a nice strong pullback. I'm not looking, and I know I'm not in first. I know that I'm not in on any sort of shorts. I'm trading a cash account at this moment, so I can't short. So my real only option is to go ahead and look for a dip buy opportunity. Now, where's the best dip buy? Now, in most cases, if we see, let's say, a stock go from $6 up towards the price of $9.58, I'm going to try to split the difference. Now, I'm not looking for a 50% pullback from the whole move, but a lot of times I'm looking for somewhere around a 40% pullback. So when I see a $6 up to $9.58, I'm saying to myself, if this stock could be able to come back on down $1, $1.25, $1.30, that's going to be a great opportunity for me to get in and to be able to see a great dip buy opportunity, be able to spike back on up. So me jumping in on this play, I want to show you my entries. I got about 600 shares over on this play, and I'm really just looking for this play to go from $8, and if it went back up to $9, that's a $600 profit. But this is already a great start. I already know I'm in at an area where even if it does start falling a little bit more, I can get out of this play. Remember, when we are trading, we're always trying to put the odds in our favor. Now, what does that even mean, putting the odds in our favor? Well, I know if I buy in at the price of $9.50 after a straight up spike, the stock has so much opportunity to fall on me. Now, I know if I get in right away, right when the hot news comes on out, I'm going to have a ton of opportunity to the upside. It's not going to fall after coming out with good news. The stock is most likely going to rise. Now, in this case for this dip buy, what I'm honestly looking for is I'm saying to myself, I know there's strong news. I know the stock just had a rapid move towards the upside. Profit taking and shorting just took on over. Let me look for about a 40% retracement where I know buyers could start moving themselves back on in. So having this entry at this time, at around this 830 price, I'm really seeing, can the stock be able to spike back up towards around that $9 area? Now, I am getting a little bit nervous, to be frank with you. I know sometimes I have my poker face on when I'm live streaming and I want to be able to stay confident in my trades. But I am at 830 and I'm saying to myself right now, to all of our traders, if this starts going back on down towards around 780, if this goes back on down towards around 775, there's no other choice. I have to get out. But what I want to see is, can we break back above 830? Now, I noticed that every single time we come up to 830, we start hitting the top and we get rejected. And you'll see throughout this video, we spike, we hit 830, come back on down. We spike, we hit 830, we come back on down. Spike and hit 830 and we come back on down. Now, this is a massive issue that I want to address right now. A lot of times when traders trade, they say, hey, Deck, hey, whoever, I have a stop loss in place. I'm willing to lose $300. Just because you have a stop loss for $300 doesn't mean you have to wait until you're down $300 to get out. If you notice that a stock hits resistance and then falls, hits resistance, then falls, hits resistance, and it's starting to get weaker, a problem that I used to have when I first started stock trading is I would wait every single time until we hit our stop loss for me to get out. As you mature as a trader, as you grow as a trader, you want to start recognizing that a loss can be a win. Now, what does that even mean? How could a loss be a win? Well, on a trade, if you lose, let's say $100, that's not the biggest thing in the world. You can easily make that back. But if you end up losing $900 or $1,000, that might take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days to be able to make on back. So if you realize that you're not in the trade that you truly want, it's okay to be able to say, hey, you know what? Let me take a step back. Let me just get out of this and try to cut the damage as quickly as possible. So this is where I basically say, enough is enough. I don't want to do this anymore. I got in at my opportunity. I'm going to end up taking a quick little $156 loss. I'll accept that. You know why? I got in on a hot stock. I didn't get in first. I didn't get in at the very top. I again waited for a good opportunity. We hit 830 multiple times and we were never able to break above that area. So you know what? I'm going to get out right now before a massive sell-off, before the massive dump, just because I know if you can't break a resistance line, pretty soon that's going to lead towards enough people selling their shares. You need to think about it almost as human psychology. If we have a ceiling above us and we hit that ceiling and we get rejected, and we hit that ceiling and we get rejected, and we hit that ceiling, pretty soon everyone's gonna go home and say, we're done with this. And now look at this. Whoa! Oh. Traders, imagine getting caught up in that. Imagine seeing that sell-off. Imagine that dump. Imagine that weakness. Imagine that drop right there. This is what I want you guys to gauge. This is what I want you guys to understand right here. That again, when we are getting involved in plays, we cannot just jump in on plays and hold and hope until our stop losses are hit. We have to be willing to get out of a play. So even though this was a losing trade, I lost $156 on this trade. I want you guys to realize that I see this as a win. I want you guys to realize that I see this as, hey, I would have been down almost $700 over on this trade if I kept on holding. Instead, I lost $150 because I had a stop loss. Now, this was the trade I made live, and even though it's not a winning trade, I wanted to go over and break it on down for every single person so that you guys can say, wow, I can take something from this. Even though you might not have every single trade perfect, that's okay, get in line. It's very difficult to have any trade or whatever trade perfect. We are just trying to nail the meat of the move. And if we take our stabs, if we take our jumps into plays, be willing to get out of a play, it's okay. We don't need to, again, pull every single trigger nonstop and be perfect on every play. That's not possible. Take your wins when you got them and keep those losses tight.